This was told to me by someone who had the pleasure of knowing Spike Milligan personally.
Hmm.
And obviously, this is a period when the goons were
Yeah, they were
in
in a
full force. Yeah,
for our younger viewers, the Goons
yeah,
was a comedy troupe in the
radio,
1950s that Spike Milligan and Peter Sellers and Harry
which
Seacombe and Michael Benzine, I think, were in, and
yeah,
mainly on radio, wasn't it? And then,
it was mainly in radio,
well, it was
and
radio, yeah.
basically they were the forerunners comedy for Monty Python. So if it weren't for the goons, Python probably wouldn't have existed.
So we
And
have the Goons to blame for that.
yeah. So anyway, but obviously they're getting little bit successful with their radio show, and Peter Sellers sort of like decides to get a new Rolls Royce, as you do. And at that time, they were both living in, I think, West London at the time, and they're both living not far away from one another. So it's relatively late at night, and Peter Sellers has got his brand new Rolls Royce, and he's driving around, but you can hear a squeak in the back of the car, in the back boot. And he's like, oh, I got to get this. Is annoying me. I've got to get this sorted out. So he goes around to Spike Milligan's house because they all very dear friends. They obviously work
Yeah,
together, but they spend a lot of time together writing and acting and all sorts.
yeah, of
So he
course.
knocks on Spike's door, and it is relatively late in the evening. This happens, and Spike comes to the door, and he's in his nightgown. And when we're saying a nightgown, we're talking a proper old school nightgown with the pointy hat,
Wee Willie Winky. Yeah,
wee
yeah.
willy winky kind of pointy hat, nightgown, stripy pajamas. So he's like, "What do you want?" And he's like, "Oh, I've got this new Rolls Royce, and there's a squeaking noise coming from the back, and I can't tell where it is. Can you come and help me?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay." So he goes out and he said, "Right, what I want you to do, take this piece of chalk, climb in the boot, and I'm going to drive around, and I want you to make an X where you can hear the squeak." So Spike's going, "Okay then." Climbs in the boot in his PJs with a bit of chalk and gets in the boot and closes and goes for a little bit of a drive. So of course this is quite late night in the posh part of London, driving
Mm.
around, and police notice this Rolls Royce going around and going, "Oh, what's going on?" So the police decide to pull over this rather expensive Rolls Royce with a younger looking gentleman behind the wheel.
He couldn't possibly have
Ooh,
afforded this on
couldn't
his own. He doesn't look
possibly
like
be
a
able to
lawyer or a
afford the
doctor. No,
point.
no, of course
No,
not.
no, no. So
Yeah,
yeah, only people
no.
like over 50 could have
Yes,
enjoyed
not
the,
a young chap like him. No,
the
no, certainly
loveliness
not.
of a Rolls Royce. So of course the police
Zerd.
pull this Rolls Royce over and realize as they pull him over and sort of like speak to the driver who it is, and he's like, "Oh, I do apologise, Mr. Sellers. Yeah, I have to do sort of routine checks. Do apologise about this. Because it's routine for my report. Do you mind if I do my proper checks?" And yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so he checks around the vehicle and goes, "Do you mind opening the boot, please?" And he goes, "Yeah, okay." So he goes to the boot, unlocks the boot, and he goes, and before he opens the boot, he goes, "Are you ready?" And it's like a police officer is just like a bit more shocked now by this and opens the boot. And of course, at this point, the boot just gently, softly opens up like a Rolls Royce boot does to reveal a Spike Milligan in his pajamas holding a piece of chalk with a boot absolutely caked with white X's. At which point, the police officer just goes, "Go home, you two. Please go home. I'm going home now." So
I,
yeah, that's
I,
my favourite Spike Milligan and Pete Sellers story.
I hope they got a sketch out of it.